Hello there, Salomon and Montane back again with another one of these big backpack adventures. Not a big adventure, don't get me wrong. We're out again in the forest of Bowland, and well, it's going to be a cold one tonight. First of that autumn frost, I think, but it's a beautiful place. And I don't know if you can see in the camera here, but behind me here you've just got Longridge Fell, and then in the distance Pendle, but we're not there today. We're on some other hills, ones I've done before, but I'm going up the steep way today, and just to get up there a bit quicker, I brought my drone with me today, so I might see if I can get some drone footage if you know, the wind isn't going to affect it. But yeah, I just fancied well, I needed to come out of Wildcamp. It's been a while, been too long. But yeah, I say this every time, it feels like, but I mean, I've just had things going on in, you know how it is, things go on in life, other things to do, other things to prioritise, but I'm hoping, just as Winter's saying in, that this is going to be my priority again, getting out on these wild camps. It's Sunday night, so I will be late to work tomorrow. I mean, I should have camped last night, I didn't. I don't know whether it was, I don't know, a bit of pre-camp anxiety or something like that. Bit of a weird one, but I think it's just camping rust. But anyway, enough of me chatting. Let's get up to the top and get set up. Summit. As you can see, I'm back out in the Helm Compact 2, the old trusty tent. Nice and low to the ground as well, so it's great for winter. And yeah, I do like the tent, it's a great tent. It's about a year now I've had this tent, and well, time's flown and I've not really had any problems with it, but I will say a few things about it, but I might do that in another video, like a sort of year on in the Compact 2, because there are a few things that I don't like, but I'll address them another time. But anyway, I'm getting in out of that wind, and I'm going to set up my drone and hopefully get some shots. Well, I attempted to fly my drone and then the rain came out of nowhere. It's not even supposed to rain. Unreal. And the wind was a bit high as well, so I was trying to control the drone. I've not flown it in over a year, that thing. Well over a year. Yeah. I am not the greatest drone pilot, although it's not the greatest drone. So whatever footage you might see, don't expect any sort of Steven Spielberg quality videography on that thing, because it's not a DJI, let's put it that way. But it was good fun. It was good to see how to fly it again, because I've completely forgotten how to fly it. So it was just figuring out how to take off and all that kind of thing, but figured it out. I know what to do now. But wow, that was an experience, that. But yeah, it kept drifting off into a different direction. Yeah, but I think it's quite windy out there, especially when you get above head height. It's yeah, there's a bit of a wind, but it was good fun nonetheless. Right, anyway, I got my bed set up for the night. I may be stuck in here now, unfortunately. I was hoping that I'd be able to sit out there for a bit and watch the sunset, but yeah, it's not the greatest. But you know, if it passes, and hopefully it will do shortly, I'll be able to get some pictures or some video of the sunset, because I literally just saw a load of rain just coming across. I was like, oh no. Well, yeah, anyway. Oh, feather. But yeah, I'm gonna get me gonna get the rest of my stuff packed, set up, and then I'll come back to you. Well, hopefully that's the only bit of rain I'll see tonight and tomorrow. But it's passed. It's a bit hazy out there. I don't think I'm going to see a sunset. I'm just walking up to the summit now. But it's looking a bit dark out there. Sunset's in another 10 minutes. But as I say, there's nothing there now. It's just cloud. I'll show you anyway. But yeah, that was a strange downpour. Like I say, it was meant to be clear. Not meant to be any rain. Yeah, there's no sunset tonight. Yeah, let me look at that. Just clag and cloud. Nothing that's going to get out of the way for a sunset. There's still a bit of rain in the air. Not a right lot though. But yeah, it is back to those cold winter conditions. And there is still rain out on the horizon as well. In fact, I think there's rain making its way towards me, so yeah, that's a bit disappointing. There's not going to be much tonight. I mean, I should have really gone camping last night, because this morning was beautiful. Oh, so this stuff on the floor. Rubbish on the floor. Yeah, I should have come out camping last night. I was going to come here, and I think the morning would have been pretty nice, pretty good sunrise. But I don't know what it was. I've not been feeling great again over the past few weeks, but I've been busy as well, so I've not really had time either. Yeah, just ploughing on, just cracking on with life. You know how it is. But like I say, I'm going to get back in that tent. It is a cold breeze, and it's certainly getting back to those winter conditions. Whew. So yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to dry my tent off as well. Yeah. But in the tent I shall retire for the night until I need a wee. I can hear geese. I can hear geese flying around. But anyway, it's just geese in it. Right, I'll get in the tent. Well, with these cold nights, it's been a long time since I've had a brew in a tent when it's felt like I've needed it to warm up. But yeah, it's a great feeling. Part of me, it's weird with camping, because part of you thinks that summer's going to be the best time to camp, and in ways it is, because obviously you got the weather, it's never too cold. You can get to the top of a mountain, it's not freezing cold. But then winter, it's a peculiar thing, because it becomes your own little safe bastion on top of a mountain or a hill or whatever you're on. You know, just to be in your tent, having a hot brew, coffee, tea, hot chocolate, whatever you're having, you know, it's pleasant. It's weird, but it's quite enjoyable. But yeah, to get away from everything. And the only other thing is as well with winter now is, we're not even in winter, but you know, we're in autumn, is just the longer nights. It's one of the downsides to camping in winter, I suppose, because it can be a very long night. But I suppose if you're warm and you know you've got some entertainment for yourself, you're never too bad. But yeah, winter camping, autumn camping, you know, cold weather camping, it's quite pleasant if you don't mind the cold, that is. But once you're in your sleeping bag, as long as you've got a decent sleeping bag, you've got some warm clothes on, you know, you're not damp or anything like that, it is quite nice. Yeah, I do like it. So what's new in the land of Leoman and Mountain? Well, to be honest, not a lot. Just should really be getting out more than I am. I've sort of been, not put off. I'm not put off by it, but I've just not felt like doing it recently. Last weekend I was in Germany, in Hamburg, and 2 weeks before that I was in Riga. And I should have been away that weekend doing something in between, but just I never got off my arse. I was pretty much just on my arse all weekend. Just didn't feel like really doing anything. Yeah, it's a shame really, because it wasn't a great weekend, but I probably could have got a wild camp in on the Saturday night, but I just really didn't feel like it. Tonight was like, I don't know, I got all my stuff in the car and I was sort of just looking around me in the house thinking, do I really want to go? But yeah, I'm glad I'm here. Because it gets me out of that house. Gets me out of that prison. Because that's what it can be sometimes. It can feel like a prison. Especially when all you do is you go to work, you go home. You go to work, you go home. I'm sure there's a lot of people who feel like that at the minute. Yeah. But you've just gotta get out. Get out your comfort zone. And although this isn't really out of my comfort zone because I do this a lot, it's still not home, is it? It's still out of that comfort zone. I've been relying as well this summer, relying a lot on my van. You know, I don't really do videos in the van. I don't know why. I know there's quite a big thing of it on YouTube. But when I go out in the van the night before a walk, or say I do 2 walks in a weekend, I don't really show any of me in the van cooking a steak, or you know, having a few beers in the van. You know, sometimes I sit in and edit videos while I'm in the van, and you know, I should really do something more in the van, like do some videos. If you do fancy watching a video of, you know, of me in the van, either the night before a walk or whatever I'm doing, just let me know. Put it in the comments if it interests you. I can imagine that for a lot of people on this channel it probably doesn't, but it's another bit of content really, isn't it? Another eye into the life of Leoman and Mountain, however boring that may be. But yeah. I'm glad to be out. I'm not apprehensive now I'm here. I was apprehensive before. You know, I wasn't feeling it. But now I'm here. And I've even messed about with my drone. And I'll be honest with you, it's weird. Like I should really have had my drone out a lot more than I have. It's been too long since I've used it, and you know, part of me's like, I think what it was is I damaged some of the propellers on it, and I wouldn't say I spat my dummy out with it, because I didn't lose my temper with it. But after that, I was like, you know, I'll have to get a new propeller kit. I'll fit that, and I'll have to, you know, do some stuff with it. And you know, it's literally just been, whenever I did Great Gable, probably a year and a half now. A year and a half since I've flown that drone, and really I should fly it more. I mean, don't get me wrong, the video footage there, the drone footage from what I've done today is absolutely terrible, but I don't think the wind helped because it was quite windy. I had it on slow photo mode, and the wind was just blowing it across, and I was trying to fight it and it didn't work, so I put it on high speed, and I had to go flying around in high speed against the wind, and it wasn't the best of footage. In fact, it was terrible footage. You're still going to watch it anyway, but nevertheless, you know, it wasn't as bad as I remember, like flying it, and you know, it's taking off and landing. It was fine. It wasn't really an issue, but yeah. Sometimes, you know, you just get it in your head sometimes that, oh, maybe it's, oh, I don't know if I can be bothered with that and doing this, that and the other. And I think really the drone's great. The drone would be great for wild camping and stuff like that. Obviously I got here a bit late on. I got here about, what, half an hour, 3/4 an hour, 3/4 an hour before sunset. Set up the tent, went out with the drone, and then the rain came. And if the rain didn't come, I'd have probably been out there a bit longer doing something. But yeah, I didn't really have much success. I do fancy DJI. I think it's DJI Mini Pro 3, the latest mini one. I do fancy one of those, but they're £800. It's a lot of money, you know. I want an Insta360. I want a new vlogging camera, you know. I want, and really I can't afford to buy any of those things at the minute, because I can't be selfish. You know, I've got a lot to think about. Yeah, a lot. Anyway, this brew is really nice. Anyway, guys, what is on the menu tonight? Well, it is another dehydrated meal, of course. Too cold to be starting the steak up, doing the steak pan. Something in the skillet. Although I will probably do something in the winter actually with the skillet, because I think that'd be good fun. But I have brought with me a Summit to Eat meal, chicken tikka with rice. Now that, last time I had a chicken tikka with rice was my second ever wild camping video on the channel, and it was up on Kinder Scout. That was some terrible weather. In fact, it was probably 2 years ago now. 2 years ago next week, I think it'll be. And the weather was horrendous. It was a bit windy at night and the night before, but I woke up to some horrific weather. We're talking like the Cloud Peak 2 was taking a battering. The poles were bending in. The weather was horrific. I ended up having to pack up at like 5 in the morning in the tent, get everything packed up, and then hold the tent as best I could, wait for the first bit of light, and just, it was horrific. And it was a 5-mile walk as well back to the car, and I bought me I put my my waterproof pants, my overpants, that you put over your, you know, whatever you're wearing, and they ended up, because they're elasticated, they ended up cutting into my hip, and rubbing into my hip, and I ended up going back to the getting back to the car, took them off, and they'd actually rubbed through my skin on both sides of my hip. I was not in the best of moods that morning, I tell you. Yeah, it was pretty horrendous, but you know, it's an experience I won't forget. Yeah, always triple check, double check that weather. I know I use 2 different weather services for my mountain weather forecasts. But yeah, that was horrific that night. That was really bad, and you know, I think this thing probably wouldn't have been as bad. I'd have probably been able to wait a bit, which is another reason I bought this tent, really, is because I needed a stronger tent. And yeah, it was one hell of a night. I won't forget that anytime soon. But yeah, I think I'm gonna probably get in my bag for a little bit, listen to a podcast, then later on get me a meal cooking, and yeah, I'll get back to you then. Right, so I have got my chicken tikka ready to go. I've took the little pack out, the oxygenation pack. Yeah, we don't want any mess ups, do we? But I got some fairly big chunks of chicken. I don't remember it being as big a piece of chicken last time I got this, but my water's just boiled, so I'm just going to get it in. So we fill it to line D. Oh, my gas wasn't very good because it's getting kind of cold now. But let's have a look in here. Again, I've been an absolute idiot and holding boiling hot bloody water here. Mix that up, I'm sure it'll shrink. Last time I remember when I did this, I didn't put enough water in it. So I'm going to put plenty of water in this one. It does say line D, or approximately 300 ml of water. And of course I don't want to overdo the water. So you can see what this looks like. But mix it up really well because there's a lot of powder in this one. So I'll make sure I get it all definitely mixing in well. But yeah, it smells good though. Do you know what my guilty pleasure is? My guilty pleasure is a chicken tikka masala ding meal from a supermarket. Now, if you don't know what a ding meal is, say from America, whatever, in a microwave. So really like a really quick, like a 6-minute meal or something, just cooked in a plastic tray. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but about chicken tikka masala in a ding meal. But yeah, I really enjoy them. So I actually really enjoy these chicken tikka masala. Well, I'd say chicken tikka with rice, because it tastes just like a store-bought bloody ding meal. But I'm gonna have a coffee with it as well. I haven't brought any beer or anything like that. Don't really fancy it. I think my beer drinking is gonna definitely go to a minimum. As I went on a stag do a few weeks ago, and it was 4 nights of, yeah, a lot of beer. A lot of bloody beer. Yeah. Oh dear. It did not end well the weekend. Someone managed to smash the face in on one of them bloody electric scooters. You know, you can. Well, I don't know if anyone knows, but in Europe, there's in cities there tends to be some electric scooters that you can rent. I think it's like €1.30 a minute, which is, you know, it's quite expensive. But it does get you from A to smash your face in the ground, or B if you are sensible. But yeah, it was a. That was, fortunately though, that wasn't like the first night into it. That was the last. The night we all decided to just stop drinking. We were away for bloody 6 days in Riga, Latvia. It was good fun. Yeah, it was ruthless though as well. It's not easy to keep drinking for 4 nights in a row. and you know, tensions were frayed by the end of it, as you can imagine. I wasn't. I was fine. I didn't fall out with anyone. Bit of a peacekeeper, to be honest. It was, yeah, but it was a good laugh. You know. And then obviously last weekend I went to Hamburg, and I didn't really drink anything there. First night I had a few beers. Second night I had a few beers, but after that I was just couldn't be bothered. I don't know. Wasn't enjoying it. And the one thing that surprises me about Germany is the beer over there isn't as great as everyone leads you to believe. Sorry if I've offended any Germans there, but honestly, it's not. There's not a lot of variety. I like a Weiss beer. I do enjoy a Weiss beer. It's quite nice. But apart from Weiss beer, there's only like your typical lagers. There's a few pilsners, but there's not even really that many pilsners really. More pilsners in Latvia, you know. But yeah, it's more of a Czech thing anyway, pilsners. But yeah, not great beer choice in Germany. It's, you know, but I was in Hamburg, so it's not exactly known for its beers. But I do like a Paulaner, whatever they call it in Germany. You know, their brand of beers, and their Weiss beer is really nice. I do enjoy a Weiss beer. It's just delicious. But as I say, I've had enough of beer for the time being. Stick to coffee. Right, well, it's time to see if it's as good as I remember. Oh, do you know what I could really do with right now? Some poppadoms. Poppadoms are a naan. Peshwari naan. That's my favourite kind of naan. I know I've probably, you know, triggered some people then. I hate using that word. I don't know why I've used that word. But yeah, Peshwari naan and some chicken tikka masala. Or a madras. Depends how spicy I'm feeling. But, oh yeah, that is alright, that. I mean, it's a bit, I don't know, let me just try again. It's not as flavourful as I remember. It's got a little bit spice in it. But that on top of a poppadom, it'd be alright. Coming back to me, what the issue I had with this last time was the chicken. I've left it a little bit longer than 8 minutes, because that's what it says to do. I put a little bit more water in it than it says to do. But that chicken isn't quite fully hydrated, not gone all the way through. I remember this being the problem last time. The chicken pieces they have on these are quite chunky, so I mean, it probably can't be helped. There's only so much boiling water can do. But it's a tasty meal. It's not bland. It's not foul. It's just a good tasty meal. So anyway, you don't want to watch me eat it, and you certainly don't want to hear me eat it. So yeah, chicken tikka. Right, well, I've had my meal, I'm drinking my coffee, and I'm just gonna probably listen to a bit of a podcast and see where the night goes. I mean, it's still fairly early. I mean, this is the thing, it's 8:15. I may get an early sleep, probably best if I do, to be honest. Gonna get up fairly early. I'll be up before the crack of dawn, because the crack of dawn's late now as well. In another week it'll be early, but yeah, it's cold out there. I can feel the chill in the air. But now the nights are long, and you know, unless there's a great star photography to be done or anything like that, you know, you just don't leave the tent unless it's for a quick wee and yeah, have a quick look out. But sky's cleared up as well, so I've had a bit of rain, sky's cleared up, and it's freezing tonight, so it's probably gonna have a bit of frost on the tent. So we'll see. But yeah, brew, lie down,
podcast. Whoa. Right, got my new Montane hoodie on underneath my fleece, so that's keeping me nice and warm now. So anyway, I am gonna get my head down and hopefully I'll have a nice peaceful night. It's certainly peaceful out there. I mean, if I had this wind, you know, or lack of, should I say, earlier, I'd have been able to get some half decent shots with the drone. But like I say, I'm gonna get my head down and yeah, wake up early in the morning before sunrise and get packed up. But yeah, so far it's been nice. It's been nice to be back up here. Nice to get back out wild camping. To be honest with you, it feels like I was just last weekend I was camping, but obviously I wasn't. But yeah, feels normal, feels natural. So I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning, and yeah, I need to get up and I need to get packed up very quickly. Yeah, got work, so I'm going to crack on and yeah, wake up. Yeah, I need to do this rather quickly because I haven't got much time to lose this morning. Yeah, so let's get packed up. Right, well, I'm packed up inside. The sun's rising, but it's not above the horizon yet. It's not quite sunrise. But I need to get this tent now packed up. But yeah, it's a lovely morning. Better than I thought it was going to be, to be fair. I was expecting just probably clag, but luckily it's not. It's quite nice. It's not even that cold. Overnight, I don't think it froze, which is always a positive. But you can definitely feel that chill in the air. But anyway, like I say, pack up, get stuff in the bag, and then get back down. But yeah, it's a nice morning. Yeah. Well, it's sunrise and I am all packed up and I'm ready to go. And once again, leave no trace, no bags of rubbish, none of that crap, no what I saw in Kinder Scout, let's put it that way. Left it how I turned up, no mess. But like I say, it's a beautiful sunrise. Just coming up over Pendle Hill. It's a good angle for it, to be honest. It's quite a nice one. feel that new day. So if you like the video, obviously like it, subscribe if you haven't already, to watch some more of these wild camping videos. It's a bit boring, this one, I will admit, but it is more one I just needed to get out, get another wild camp under my belt and watch a nice sunrise. That's nice, isn't it? So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.